Hi, this is Cindy from Backyard City Homestead, and I am going to talk to you about mushrooms today. When I was a little girl, it was canned mushrooms. I hated mushrooms. I thought I hated mushrooms because it was canned mushrooms, and I don't know if anybody really does like those. But when I grew up and realized that mushrooms can be fresh, then I realized I kind of didn't hate them as much as I thought I did. So I want to talk to you about mushrooms today.
Mushrooms are a nutritional powerhouse. People who eat mushrooms daily have a lower risk of cancer than those who do not. Mushrooms are the highest dietary source of a unique and potent antioxidant and cellular protector called ERGOTHIONEINE. Studies show that eating even one mushroom a day will reduce your chances of breast cancer significantly. According to nutritional dietitian Zanya Foucault, that reduction was 64%.
What if you could eat a few mushrooms every single day? What would that do for you? Especially if you were to reduce the risk of cancer. That's kind of hard to do when you're talking about fresh mushrooms because they don't last very long. And when on the counter, they go dry, and in the fridge, they kind of go a little bit slimy. So if you know me, you know I'm all about seasonal eating. And what I mean by that is I want to eat what is growing right now, or as fresh and close to that as I possibly can. With mushrooms, there really is no season because you don't grow them in your garden. They just kind of grow all year round in a very controlled environment. So you can eat mushrooms anytime you want. Let me show you what I'm going to do here. First of all, I got to get some heat going. I am actually, mushrooms, how I use mushrooms mostly is freeze-dried mushrooms. So that's them. They are as fresh as you are ever going to get, and they do not go bad. So that kind of makes to have mushrooms on hand all the time. So I am going to stir fry. I'm going to make a stir fry today. So I've got some fresh bean sprouts, which are also not seasonal. You can grow these in your house. I think I'm just going to do that much. Any season of the year. And what do I do with that? Okay, so I've got it on high, and I should have been doing that when I was talking about everything else. I'm going to add some mushrooms. Before I do that, I just picked the end of my spinach. So just a couple of quick chops, and I'll put that in kind of toward the end. And I'm going to add some chicken. So, this is freeze-dried chicken that I have just refreshed in a little bit of chicken broth. So as soon as this is cooked down just a little bit, I will do that. Now, other ways that you can use, if you want to incorporate more mushrooms into your life, like seriously, you can just add a little bit, just like this much, whoops, into your smoothie. And I promise you will not taste that. It will not affect the taste of your smoothie at all, but it just gives you another opportunity to have those really strong antioxidants, in particular, that unique antioxidant that is in mushrooms. So in a smoothie, in scrambled eggs, and pretty much I saute them just like I'm going to saute them today, in a spaghetti sauce, in omelet, in a stir fry like I'm going to do today. I just put them in freeze like this when I do those kinds of dishes. I also put them on a pizza. I do refresh them when I put them on a pizza. And really all you have to do to refresh them is just either spray them with a light misting of water or just put a little bit of water on them in a cup, just like I've done with some of these other things. Okay, so the bean sprouts are doing good. I am going to put in the chicken broth, hold the broth. I'll put that in a little bit later. Whoops. And now I'm going to put some mushrooms in. There's quite a few. And you do not have to refresh these unless you're using them like our pizza where they're not going to get any moisture, because the moisture that's in here already is going to do the refreshing job. Some carrots. Now these are Thrive Life carrots. They are dehydrated, but I do, because they're dehydrated, I give them a little bit of a heads up, because they take a little bit longer to refresh, and I mostly put them in there for color. So we'll do that. And then I've got some sliced onions, also freeze-dried. Freeze-dried really is the answer to when something is not in season. Then freeze-dried is so nutritious. It is, in fact, we call it fresher than fresh. Like, it is flash frozen within hours, like less than 6 hours of the time that it was harvested. And that locks in all the nutritional value. So I feel like this is as nutritious, this is red peppers, as if I picked it right out of my garden. And I do have peppers in my garden, but they're not ready yet because it's only the beginning of July. All right, so I'm going to put the spinach in. And I just want that spinach to lightly wilt. And then at the very end, I'm going to put in, talk about fast, eh? Look at that, it's almost done. Sometimes I'll do this at nighttime so that I can pack it for Dan's lunch if he's going to work really early. And if he's not going so early, then I might make it in the morning and then just pack it for his lunch. Or, you know what, make a little bit of rice and have this for dinner. Okay, that's pretty good. Last thing I'm gonna do is the asparagus. And the reason I do that last is because asparagus is very fragile. And I don't want to break it all up. So I'm going to put in just a little bit more liquid. And that's it. Those onions have disappeared. If you have some picky kids who think they don't like onions, the mushrooms have pretty much disappeared. If you have some picky kids who think they don't like mushrooms, I have a few of those. And I'll do the rest of those carrots. And that's it. I will lightly salt and pepper it. How easy is that? Okay, I'm going to turn that off. And that's it. I don't know how long that took, but supper is ready, or lunch, or whatever. And thanks for joining me. Have a good day. Hi, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I'd love to hear about it. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. If you liked it, do me a favor and click the like button. If you know somebody who would benefit from it, then definitely share it with them. And if you'd like to know more about these sorts of things, then stick around.